Dear learners, I welcome you all to this SST lesson. My name is Asimo Brian. Today we are going to look at another topic, and that topic is mainly the economic development of Africa. The economic development of Africa. This is a topic that appears a bit to be new, but it is an old topic that you have started right off from P5. You studied it in P6 and now in P7. Only that in primary 5, you looked at it in Uganda as a country. In P6, you expanded it and you went to East Africa. Now, this time around, we are looking at it in the line of Africa, the economic development in Africa. There are some words you need to understand before we continue, because looking at it without understanding the key words, it may not give you a broader image. So we are looking at the word economic. Then we shall look at the word development. Then Africa is a familiar word. So the word economic, this is an adjective, but when we are looking at economic, we mainly look at it as a noun, whereby we get the word economy. This is the main concept in the topic, the economy. What do you understand when someone talks about the word economy? This refers to the link between the production of goods, the distribution of goods, and the consumption. From the stage of production, as you continue, the stage of distribution, and then consumption. That is what we call economy. The link between the production of goods, the distribution of goods, and then the consumption of goods. That is economy. We look at the link between the production of goods, the distribution of goods, and then the consumption. But what about development? What does it mean? The process by which something gradually becomes better. Today it is small, it has developed and it is bigger and bigger and bigger. That is development. So when we talk about economic development as a whole, we look at the process by which the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services, the process in which it grows. That is the broader image of economic development. But this is not the main emphasis of today. Today, this is a topic that we are looking at, but under it, there are some key things we shall look at. So in this topic, we shall look at the link between the production, distribution, and consumption in relation to the economic resources of Africa, meaning that today we shall mainly dwell on the economic resources of Africa. Economic resources of Africa. So back to what I told you when I was beginning. Resources. You looked at resources in primary 5. You looked at resources in primary 6. Now we are again looking at the resources in primary 7, meaning there is nothing new about it. What do you understand by the term resource? What did you learn in primary 5? What did they tell you that a resource is? If you can still remember well, we said a resource is anything in the environment that people use to satisfy their needs. Anything in the environment that people use satisfy their needs. This is a resource. You as a learner, you have needs. You may be at one point, you're hungry, you want food. At one point, you want clothes. You have looked at your friend, has a nice shoe, and you also want it. You need where to sit and learn. You need pens, you need everything. You need water to drink, you need roads, you need vegetation. All the things that you need are called resources. So when you categorize those things, you shall find that some of the things are made by people. Take an example. You are in class and you are seated at the at these lockers. What are they made of? That is a man-made thing. You want a telephone. Who made a telephone? Is it God or some other people? You need watches. What are they for? You want their time. But are they heavenly sent? Of course no. There are some things that are made by people, and then other things are made by God. Take an example. There is a water body somewhere. Is it man that made that water body? There are animals. Do people create animals? So there are some things that are made by God, and then there are some things that are made by people. So the things that exist naturally are natural resources. And then the things that are made by people, those are human-made resources. So those are the two types of resources as we learned in primary 5. I think that was topic number 5 of first term. You went P6 as topic number 2 in the second term, you studied it. Now today, we are looking at those ones. This is just giving you a background of the broader topic, the economic development of Africa, where we are dwelling on the economic resources of Africa. So after looking at what a resource means, now you borrow the element of economic. So this one means we are looking at how all the things that you have seen, how they are used to earn a living. How do you use land to earn a living? How do you use water to earn a living? How do you use animals to earn a living? That is what we are meaning on the economic resources. So if we are to use this illustration here to understand clearly what resources and maybe the examples and the types are, let's borrow this idea. We have resources as our major thing. Then under resources, we look at the two types, whereby we have natural resources. Then here we have human-made resources. Natural resources and human-made resources. These are the major two types of resources. So under human-made, we have seen there are very many things. We have clothes made by people. At your homes, you have cars made by people. We have these buildings, they are built by people. You look at furniture, radios, all those things that you need, you can add on the list and you get many. You come to natural resources. These natural resources, they are further categorized as you learned in primary 5 and primary 6. They are further categorized into two. We have renewable resources and then non-renewable resources. There are very many things in the environment that exist by nature and man uses them to satisfy their needs. Take an example of water or water bodies. We don't. Take an example of animals. Take an example of land. Take an example of vegetation. All these are natural resources, but why am I bringing them under renewable? What you learned in primary 5, You said that renewable resources cannot get exhausted. You can use them today, tomorrow, next year, years, a million years to come. They don't get exhausted. You cannot say that I've fetched water in Lake Victoria and it is dry. You cannot say that I've killed all the animals and I've finished them. You cannot say that I've used all this land, it is over, now I'm going to another piece. That one is not there. Vegetation, you cut today, tomorrow, more plants grow. So these ones exist. But look at an example of minerals. If you have exploited your crude oil today like the way we have it in Lake Albert, you have exploited it for a certain number of years and it gets exhausted, don't think you shall come back to pick it. It shall not be there. You use them and they're exploited and you exhaust them. So those are renewable resources. Those ones cannot be, they cannot be replaced after they have been used. So these are various examples, but you can add on the list as you studied in primary 5 and primary 6. So our major point of today was to give an introduction of economic development in Africa, citing the major economic resources. We have looked at economic or economy as the link between the production, distribution, and consumption of goods. We looked at development as the way something becomes greater and bigger. From there, this one gave us a picture to come to the economic resources, and we said that a resource is anything in the environment that people use to satisfy their needs. And then we brought an element of economic where we said that how people use those resources to earn a living is the way we are going to look at them here. So this one was to help us. That was a map to guide us, and we recall what we studied in primary 5 and 6. So I'm going to leave you with one task where we shall continue from next time. I want you to look at these ones, enrich your list. After enriching it, find out how each of these resources, especially the natural resources, can be used to earn a living. Thank you for being nice children. I thank you all. Please stay home, stay safe, keep social distance. May God bless you.